Okay, so real quick, in terms of getting away from that cutter, because yes, it is a velocity killer, but it's okay because I'm more content with the fact that the arm is healthy and the arm is working, which means we can throw more, and throwing more means we will throw harder long term. But three like physical cues. So first off, we'll probably take a step back from the football. We haven't been throwing the football a lot, but you do remember the old custom Rico athletic football toss days. Probably take a step away from that just because like we'll get away from that supination there of the wrist. The second thing, which I believe is probably the biggest one, I don't know if you ever saw this study because you're out west with drive lines, plyo balls leading to cutters. So they had like a certain subject group of people just rip plyo velo constantly, and they were PRing on plyos, but when they transitioned into the baseball on the mound, their fastballs were going down, not because they were slower, but because they were throwing these true like 94-mile-an-hour cutters. So we did plyo velo for a little bit. It was successful. I think we found a lot of things with that wide stance cue and the KBOs especially. But it probably led to you squeezing onto the plyos like a little tight. So I would suggest that furthermore in the future with pre-throw, let's take a step back from how hard we're squeezing those plyos. It's just be a little more loose there. So I like your cue for just kind of like don't tense up with it. And like I do like the flick feeling that I want you to create, but that also has to be done in plyos. And then thirdly, I don't want to create like a drastic mechanical change because I think you're very mechanically sound right now. However, let's be careful with how the wrist goes back into flip up. So I had a conversation with Guy fairly recently, post-op with the labrum the other day. I sent this video to him the other day. He throws like this. It's this coil of the thumb, and then it's a flip around like this. So it, like that's his arm, and it gets really long, and then he cues it up, and he's actually getting elbow pain from that. I'm not saying you're having elbow pain, but I'm saying be careful with the way the wrist goes back. So some guys go thumb down. Some guys just keep this locked at 90. This is what I did. So I was locked at 90 here, and at handbrake, I was 90 to 90. There's a lot of guys who do that. Garrett Cole was a guy who used to kind of like, when he was cleaning up his shoulder arm action, he just kind of went 90 to 90. And all that's doing is it's telling you where to put the wrist. So some guys point their wrist out this way, some guys bring it in this way, and they supinate it. So play around with how you bring your hand out of the glove. Are you gonna go thumb down? Are you gonna keep the thumb locked, pointing this way, bring it around? Or are you gonna go the back of the hand down, up into flip up? Maybe play around with a little bit of that, you know, on like a choice day or like a Rico Plus day, but on your velo days, just fucking throw the ball.